MaskDemask was accused of murder. Alright, let's see how this goes. You know, I'm glad we found the urn and all, but poor Mr. Delight got arrested again. Well, supposedly Mr. Delight was in the CEO's office when the murder occurred. No way, Joes. No way, Joes. I don't buy it. But the one who proved that Mr. Delight was there was Mr. Nick himself. At least from what I can understand. Looked like you did too good of a job this time, Nick. Well, how about we get started by looking into the KB security? Change something real quick. Okay. I think I'm going to head back to Korean Village for a little while, if that's alright. Sure, but why? I'm going to bring the sacred urn back and have some people look at it. Oh, that's a good idea. I think I'll go with you. No, Mystic Maya, you should stay here. I want you two to spend some special quality time together, full of love and happiness. Charles is so caught up in her fantasy she forgets there's a murder to solve. Sacred urn given to Pearl. Now remember, no fighting, okay? She's gone. Okay, Nick, time to get going. What is so hard about this? Okay. Okay, that should be good. Okay, whatever you say, Maya. I already told you, it's not me. A sad, pitiful whine that tapers into silence. Sounds like they're interrogating Mr. Delight right now. Man, and we don't have enough time as it is. Yeah, well, I guess the police are going crazy just like we are. Yesterday they thought he was just a thief, but now they got a murder case on their hands? I guess you're right. That guard over there looks a bit on edge too. Come on, we'll just have to come back later. Okay, let's go check out some other place, Nick. Oh, Nicky boy, Maya, Miss Delight. All I wanted to do was help my dear Ronnie. Yeah, but I guess it ended up hurting his case. Don't say that, Nick. She doesn't need your help beating herself up. Hey, Nicky boy, please help Ronnie. He's not a killer, I swear. My Ronnie wouldn't hurt a fly. Alright, I'll poke around and see what I can find. Really? Are you serious? Oh, I'm so happy. I knew asking you for help was the right thing to do. I don't know what I can do to help anymore. I had no idea Miss Delight had such a vulnerable side. Well, can you give me information? Listen carefully, Nicky boy. My Ronnie would never ever kill anyone. It's just not in him. I don't think he would either, Nick. Yeah, but you have to admit he's got a bit of a temper to him. It's not that hard to imagine him just snapping and screaming, "Please die." He would never say that. Anyways, Miss Delight, he might not be a killer, but he's still going around saying that he's a thief. I already told you, that's just a fantasy for him. Miss Delight, I hate to say it, but you're the one living in the fantasy world. But what? How dare you say that to me, Nicky boy? I know everything about my Ronnie. You don't have any secrets between us. Ronnie isn't the thieving type. He's so honest that he wouldn't even sneak a nap. He's so honest that he wouldn't even steal a glance. A thief. That's the very idea. I guess I just don't get it. Huh, get what? I just can't understand how they can be so different, yet be so happy, a happy couple. Yeah, they sure are different. Come on now, Nicky boy. It's not that mysterious, is it? It was love at first sight. For me, anyways. What? For you? I hate these kinds of people more than anything. You mean Ace Detectives? No, I'm fine with Ace Detectives. Oh, so then you must mean thieves. No, they're alright too. I just hate thieves that pretend to be Ace Detectives. There's nothing I hate more than a cowardly man. By the way, why did you go to Detective Atme's office anyways? Well, as the trial went on, I started to get more and more anxious. I went there to try and find out more about the real criminal. The real criminal? Yes, obviously the real MaskDemask is not my Ronnie, right? Yeah. And Detective Atme knew more about MaskDemask than anyone else. They mentioned him on the Great People's Around Town segment on TV. So then you went there to ask him some questions? That's right. I'll do whatever it takes to save my man. His... The ace detective isn't in right now. But I forced my way past her and into his hideout. I wouldn't exactly call that office of his a hideout. The bag was sitting right there on top of the table. Oh yeah, we saw that bag there yesterday too. There's nothing lower than someone who would try to pin a crime on someone else. Miss Delight, do you know about KB Security? Don't be silly, of course I do. That's where my Ronnie works. So she thinks he still works there, huh? And yet, according to what we heard today... Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron Delight was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard. Ron quit. He doesn't work there anymore. It looks like Miss Delight doesn't know. KB Security is only about 20 minutes away from by motorcycle, that is. Larry told me it takes 30 by car. Well, I have to admit, I tend to fly pretty fast on my bike. To make it to KB Security that fast, are you sure you aren't literally flying? Why don't I give you a ride sometime? Or better yet, how about now? No, I'll pass. Thanks. Why don't you just tell us where it is and we'll go ourselves? What a scaredy cat you are, Nick. I like to live. I want to live. Nothing scaredy cat about it. I want to live. Okay, let's head over there right now, Nick. So was it really love at first sight when you first saw Hold on. Dad? Mom? We'll continue. So was it really love at first sight when you first met Mr. Delight? Well, maybe not at first sight, but Ronnie saved my life. Saved your life? I was at work one day when two robbers suddenly rushed in. Well, I'm not the kind of just curl into a ball in the corner, so I fought back. Robbers? Yes, they took me hostage. I was so frightened. They were both carrying those huge knives, and I broke down in tears. Yeah, I would too, if I were in that situation. Oh, I think I get it. Did Mr. Delight come running to save you? Yes, exactly. I remember, he looked so handsome in that guard uniform of his. He went right up to those knife-wielding robbers and screamed in their face. Please, stop it, he screamed. I could see the robber's face turn pale. That high-pitched shriek of his have a surprising strong effect on people. Then carrying and swinging his arms like crazy, he attacked the two robbers. All by himself, he came to save me, a total stranger, all by himself. He was so scared that he was crying and shaking, but he still risked his life for me. Wow, that's a great story. Yes, he may not look it, but in tough situations, there is no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like I did. That's so romantic. I'd fall in love too, I guess. Nick, I hope you'll do the same for me if I ever get taken hostage. With Maya, the possibilities always seem to loom in the not-so-distant future. Gulp. So I guess this is where it all went down, huh? The walls in here look thick, just like you'd expect in a CEO's office. What has that got to do with anything? Hey, it's you guys. Oh, it's Detective Gumshoe. Today was a real train wreck for you guys, huh? Sure was, pal. That prosecutor made real fools out of us. Yeah, I feel for you. Wow, that's not like you at all. I thought you'd be more like, oh, that was great. You guys got what you deserve, pal. Or something to that effect. Do I really sound like that to you, pal? If the gumshoe fits. Well, anyways, the point is I can tell when someone puts their heart into their job, and I can sympathize when things don't go your way. Sometimes I feel like wrong is the only way things go for us detectives. Wow, I had no idea Detective Gumshoe was such a nice guy. Now, if this little love fest is over, maybe we can start investigating. Detective Gumshoe, tell us what you know about the murder. Okay. But the thing is, I'm really not supposed to. Hey, come on. What about how we put our hearts into our work? Things are really working against us right now, and we need help. Okay, I'll tell you. Just don't start crying on me, pal. Okay, I won't cry on you, pal. The victim's name is Kane Bullard. He was the CEO of KB Security and a pretty big fella in his own right. His corpse was discovered at 9 this morning. His estimated time of death was 1 in the morning on October 12th. The cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head, probably an object in this room. It happens at exactly the same time that MaskDemask was stealing the urn, huh? So why did it take almost an entire day to discover the body? There's a good explanation for that one. Bullard's body was stashed away inside that safe. Safe? Well, it is pretty big. Nobody had heard from him, and when they opened the safe this morning, out he came. Oh, so the body fell out? That white string must be the shape from when he fell out. I think we still need some more information about Mr. Bullard. Maybe you could start by getting the name right. So, what happened to MaskDemask? He's at the detention center screaming like a madman. Investigate me again, he keeps yelling. No, I didn't mean him. He's not the real thief anyways, right? Oh, you mean the detective at me? Oh, that was great. That guy got what he deserved. Now that the detective I know and love. Think about it. Atme was always around when a calling card showed up. He always mysteriously disappeared when the heist took place. I was hiding at the crime scene. Yeah, okay. That's the lamest thing I've ever heard. That's how you just knew he was the thief. That would explain how he was able to retrieve the stolen item he kept bragging about. Yeah, he just did that to make himself look like a great detective, that's all. But there's this one thing I can't figure out about his first heist. His first heist? Yeah. The Tear of Eminon. Case, there was a witness on that one. A witness? Here, I saved the newspaper clipping. Since the thief is already under arrest, you guys can keep it. Hey, this guard here. Haven't I seen him somewhere before? It's pretty small, so it's kind of hard to see, but now that you mention it... Oh, that prosecutor? I really don't like that guy. The way he used our own evidence to do that to Mr. Delight? Yeah, I think he did it that way just because he knew it'd hurt you more. That's what my gut tells me anyways. So who is that Java-addicted mask maniac anyways? Prosecutor got it. He's quite the enema, huh? The thing is, pal, I never even heard of that guy before. He just showed up one day at the prosecutor's office. Came out of nowhere. That's right, he said this was the first case as a prosecutor. And it's true, according to the records anyway, but... No way he's an amateur. He's an Iceman in court. Maverick that gives me goosebumps. Goosebumps, you? Yeah, I knew something was off about him, so I asked around. Nobody would talk to me. They all just turned the other way. Poor Detective Gumshoe. I had no idea you were so unpopular. No, that's not what I meant. The got it guy acts like he knows me and has a grudge against me. I get the feeling he's hiding some kind of dark secret. This rope, you think it fell out of the safe when it was opened? I don't think so. So you mean, yeah, I think this string shows where and how the corpse was lying. You mean the victim? He was killed by being crushed by the safe door? She can't be serious, can she? Ew, think about it. A dead guy was lying in here all night. Yeah, oh, by the way, don't bother asking about fingerprints. There were none. Well, somebody opened the safe on the night of the crime, right? Yeah, and so? Well, if Mr. Bowler's body was hidden in here, it must mean that it was opened by either the killer or the victim, right? Yeah, I guess so. I got some bad news for you, pals. Are you ready? Okay, shoot. Opening this baby is no piece of cake. There are only a few people who know how to open this safe, pal. Yeah, and everyone that knows how to open this safe had airtight alibis, I checked. Everyone except one. That is, I'm almost afraid to ask, former security chief, Ron DeLight. What? Ron DeLight? He was a security chief? Ron. So he knew how to open the safe, huh? Yeah, sorry for raining on your parade there, pal. Check out this big, thick binder here. Leave the heavy lifting to me, Nick. Reading a file isn't exactly backbreaking work, just a little hard on the eyes. Ah, what did you find out, Nick? This file. It's not about any sort of security operation or anything. This huge file is all about MaskDemask. It's filled with info on him. What? What kind of info? It's filled with incredible detailed information about his methods in the crime scenes. Hey, Nick, look at this last page. It's a list. Let's see. Tier of enema, 100,000. This looks like a list of all the treasure that MaskDemask stole. So then 100,000 is the value of the stolen item? I don't know, that number sounds kind of low to me. I think I'd better secretly make a copy of this list. This must be the CEO's desk. It's a lot simpler than I would have thought. Hey, that looks like a super soft chair. Let me try it out just for a second. Oof. Nick, I feel like a CEO. Hey, you. Whip me up a cup of some really expensive imported tea and some scones. Move it. Ah, this is the life. The victim sat in the chair just before he was brutally killed, you know. Eek! Oh, there's a button here. Let's see. Hey, cut it out. Don't press that. That was pretty funny. I never knew Detective Gumshoe could jump like that. What is this button anyways? It's an emergency buzzer. It says it right there on the panel, pal. Oops, you're right. It's written right there. Nick, how many times have I told you to read the instructions first? This alarm connects to the basement guard room. It's used to summon security up here. Really? Then it's possible on the night of the crime. Oh, so then the CEO was attacked. You think that maybe he pressed the buzzard? Yeah, I thought about that, so I asked around down there, but they said that the buzzer never went off that night. Also, we couldn't find any fingerprints on the buzzer. Mr. Bullard, the victim, wasn't wearing any gloves, by the way, just so you know. I think we'd better go and talk to the guard about the emergency buzzard. Wow, look at this huge frame photo. Tall mountain rising majestically against a dark and cloudy sky. There's a title written at the bottom of the photo. The greatest sunrise of my life. This is it. This is the best sunrise. Either this guy didn't get out enough or he had really rotten luck with the weather. Maybe if he had lived a little longer, he would have seen some better days. Perhaps. These look like some kind of bookshelf rolling cabinet hybrid. Noof, I can't get in between these two shelves. Don't strain yourself trying. It looks like the shelves are controlled by a special panel. So I guess it's only one shelf at a time, huh? Looks like they're filled with a bunch of files. Yeah, files filled with data about security jobs they were hiring to handle. It'd be a good night reading if you've got insomnia. I was hoping for something a little bit more exciting, like UFOs or something. Of course you were. Of course you were. I think that's everything. So let's go to the security room. Wow, this is really something else. For a security guard office, it sure doesn't feel very secured. KB security guard. Uh-oh, I just remembered Larry might be... Hey, Nick, what's up? What's up, bro? Ugh, so he is here. Yo, how's it hanging, dude? And you got my sweet little Maya with you, too. Hi, Larry. Here I was working my fingers to the bone, and in walks an angel. I've got no problem with a daytime date. It's all good. No, that's not what we're here for. We're investigating the Bullard murder case. Huh? Oh yeah, that's right. You're a lawyer, aren't you? So hopeless and clueless. Well, if it's about the murder case, boy, I've got some good info for you. Really? What is it? Well, I don't mind sharing with my sweet little Maya. But Nick here is a different story. But Larry, I thought you two were old school buddies. That was then and this is now. So what's this good info you were talking about, Larry? Hey, I'm a guard, a pro. I can't just give away information for free. He wants a bribe. I thought professionals were more, I don't know, honest? Can you talk to him, Maya? Larry, tell us already. What's the good info? Hey, I like that. This kitten has got some claws. Okay, you really want to know? Yes, tell me. Okay, so the thing is, Rhonda Light was an employee here. And naturally, since I'm a pro, I looked into his background. Follow me? Yes, you're a pro. I follow you. Go on. Well, 1 year ago, Rhonda Light was fired, and there was no warning at all. It just happened all of a sudden. I know this is a small company, but I think that was pretty awful. I guess he must have done something bad to have gotten fired like that. Like maybe skipping out of work to go pick up some hot chicks or something? No, that's just you. So what is it like to be part-time security guard? Let me tell you, it's tough. Well, you know me. I get by all right, I guess. First, I have to keep my eye on those monitors all the time. Monitors? There are security cameras set up in each room around the building. It's really hard. Sometimes I feel like my eyes are gonna fall out. Oh, and if I see something suspicious, I have to contact one of the teams. What teams? Security teams for this company. They're supposedly the best in the business. But I'm no amateur either, so if something's small, I don't really bother calling them. So in other words, you basically watch TV screens all day. You were in this office when the murder took place, weren't you? Well, why do you say that? This is just a part-time job for me, and I can't operate the equipment, and I'm dumb. Even if it's part-time and you're dumb, you're still in charge of the security here. Hey, give me a break. Don't try to pin the whole thing on me. That's not fair, Nick. Huh? I don't think you can expect someone like him to take any responsibility. Anyways, the point is, you were here the night, right? Of course. Come on, Larry. Oh no, I knew something smelled bad, and it was the butts after all. Well, it's like I always say, that was then and this is now, okay? It looks like I'm going to have to break his psych locks after all. Not sure if I can, but we'll give it a shot. On the night of the crime, were you working hard like you were supposed to? What? Huh? Oh, of course I was. Why wouldn't I have been? But didn't you sneak out of work just yesterday to go see Miss Delight? But that was, that, and this is this? Is there any chance that you snuck out of work last night, too? Never. I didn't sneak out. I tell you what. I'll even bet you $1. $1. Wow. Now that's confidence. What's with the drenched in the rain puppy look on your face? Do you have any evidence that I left my position, or are you just pulling my chain? Evidence that Larry was not manning his station. I guess I don't think I have enough evidence. Those screens there show what's going on all over the building, everywhere, and it's my job to keep a steady eye on them, all of them. I wouldn't sound so smug if I were you. Can you watch regular TV on these two? If anyone sit here and watch TV instead of working, it's Larry. Hey, Maya, I'm a pro, okay? Besides, you can't get regular TV on it. And how do you know that, Larry? Because that was my first bit of investigation, if you know what I mean. I know what you're thinking. It was a professional investigation, all right? Hey, Larry, that's your jacket, isn't it? That's right. Didn't you know you hang it right on top of some kind of lever? Yeah, sure. I was told to never ever touch that lever. She scowled at me and huffed at me. Something terrible will happen if you do. Got it, Greenhorn? So why hang your jacket on such an important lever? Because it's got me curious. If the jacket weight pulls the lever down, that's what they call an accident. Doesn't the suspense just kill you? Don't you want to know what happens? It's true, it's killing me too. What about you, Nick? Yeah, but for a different reason. Something is written on this poster in fine print. Guard 5 commandments. Wow, this sounds serious. Let's see what it says. 1. Obey the superior. 2. Respect thy superior. 3. Smile at the superior. 4. Salute thy superior, but buy donuts for the superior upon command. It's signed Wendy Oldbag, head supervisor. She's one tough old bird, let me tell you. Cross her and you come face to face with her real genuine ray gun. Yeah, sounds scary, alright. Well, fortunately, she's on vacation. That's why I'm so relaxed right now. That's my partner seat. Your partner? Well, that's what I call her. She's my superior, actually. Kind of a weird old lady. There's tea spilled all over the machines, you know. Oh, don't worry about it. Just the other day, I spilled some chocolate milk on mine. It still works fine, more or less. They really know how to build them, I guess. Okay. Wow, take a look at these things. Hey, Larry, what are they? Did you say, Hey, man, it's not like I have to know what they are to do my job. I always thought they were just some kind of decorations or something. Oh, boy. How did this guy ever get a job here anyways? That's my workstation. Pretty cool, huh? I keep a steady eye on the monitors and use that mic for communicating. Look at all this equipment. It must be hard to operate. No biggie. I think there is instruction manual somewhere in this room. Somewhere? Instruction manual? What are you going to do in an emergency? Well, I guess I'd start by calmly looking into the instruction manual. During that time, my partner, the old lady, would calmly look for her reading glasses. That's what us security professionals call teamwork. Even Maya and Pearls could run this place better. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? I didn't see, I feel like I'm still missing something. Can I go back to the heist spot? Whoa, this place is literally crawling with cops. What did you expect now that they know he was actually MaskDemask? This must be incredibly embarrassing for them, don't you think? Yeah, I guess they're trying to make up for it by tearing this place apart. Hey, I just noticed. Gumshoe is nowhere to be seen. Well, he is a homicide detective. He's probably working on the murder case. But wasn't he in charge of the MaskDemask investigation all the way up to yesterday? Well, a murder case is a lot more exciting, isn't it? He'd say something like that. There's nothing like a good murder case, pal. Points for quality of your impression, but I'm not sure Gumshoe has bloodlust like Maya. The Treasure of Karina exhibit is all ruined now. Maya, I'm sorry, it's just so sad. This was our big chance for everyone to learn about spirit channeling. Maybe I could cheer her up somehow. Well, now that we've got the sacred urn back, maybe we can reopen it. But really? Sure, maybe we can label it the Urn of MaskDemask's Desire. That would probably attract a lot more attention. Whoa, that's brilliant, Nick. We could clean up and be filthy rich. Woohoo! Wow, that was surprisingly easy. Oh, it's you, Mr. Wright. Miss Andrews? What's she still hanging around out here for? So how's it going? What about the sacred urn? The urn? Oh, that. It's been taken care of, right? What do you mean, oh, that? Taken care of? Do you mean it's been found? Yes. It was brought in during the trial today. Wow, really? You really are the greatest, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright had nothing to do with it. It was MaskDemask's wife that found it. Well, anyways, I'm so relieved. I just heard all about it on the news. So that detective was actually the thief all along? It looks that way right now. It's my fault. I'm the one who ended up hiring the mask to guard the treasure. Don't blame yourself. You were just doing your job. Hey, Nick, if she wants to apologize, you should let her. So, When was it you hired Detective Atme? Anyways, about 20 days ago. And when was the MaskDemask calling card arrived? That was about 10 days ago. So he sent a calling card to the very place he was hired to guard? I guess that is it, then. Detective Atme must have really wanted the sacred urn after all. I guess so. What? So MaskDemask murdered someone as well? Well, that's how things look right now. Yes, but I thought that he was here stealing the urn at the time. Well, we're talking about a criminal mastermind, so anything is possible. Nick, let's get down to business already. On the night of the theft, did you notice anything suspicious about Detective Atme? No, I couldn't have. After all, he was hiding in the entire time. I never even caught a glimpse of him. He claims that's the way he always operates. That's just what he says so he could have an alibi while he commits the theft himself. Yeah, he was caught on the crime scene photo dressed up as MaskDemask pretty well. I'm so glad that you were able to get your sacred urn back. Yes, but there's still something that bothers me about it. What is it? I'm not exactly sure, but somehow the urn that came back seems different. Really? You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Miss Andrews? No, I don't know anything. Why would I? Cyclops. What do you think this means, Nick? It means the person that holds the secret to the mystery of the sacred urn is our very own Miss Andrews. Okay, let's try this now. Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the sacred urn? Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit. The urn that was submitted before the court today, it's obviously not the same urn as before. Well, that's true. Maybe it isn't the same. It could be a fake. A fake. You're the one who said it wasn't the same, so that's the most obvious explanation. Do you have any evidence that the urn that was submitted at the trial was genuine? Well. Nope. No, I don't, because I need pearls to give me the stupid thing back. Okay, never mind. If there's anything new here. Okay, I'll try this again, but I don't really know. The wallet. This wallet. You know about it, right? I've never seen it before. Liar. You hand-delivered this wallet to Miss Delight just yesterday. Give me a break. You can't expect me to remember every little thing that happened. Well, I do expect you to remember something that happened just yesterday. What time was it when you found this wallet? I guess it was around 1 in the morning on the first floor of our company building. 1 o'clock in the morning. That's right. In other words, Larry, at the time of the murder, you were away from your security guard office. Yeah, but there's something you didn't think about. What's that? My shift that day didn't start until 10 p.m. Murder might have snuck in before then. What do you mean by that? If the murder had snuck in before 10 p.m., then it wasn't my fault. It was the fault of the guy whose shift it was before mine. Why do I have a feeling that he still doesn't get the seriousness of this? Listen up, Larry. We know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the killer snuck into the CO office after 10 p.m. during your shift. You do? I mean, yeah, we do. We know. Oh, wait. The key card? Aha, yes. Larry, when you use this key card, does it leave a record? Yeah, it does. But I can't show the record to just anyone, you know. That key card data was already made public in today's trial. What? I didn't know that. Any kind of request for info like that is supposed to go through me. Boy, does that sound a bit arrogant coming from a part-time guard. Anyway, according to the data, the door to the CEO's office was opened with this card. Furthermore, it was most definitely used at 1 a.m. the time of the murder. No way. Yes, someone used this to get into the CEO's office. That happened at 1 a.m. on the night of the crime, right in the middle of your shift. Oh, Larry, you can't duck your responsibilities this time. Grr, no. Yay. Oh, I knew it. It's all my fault. It's my fault that the boss was killed. My fault. Larry, there was nothing I could do. I have important issues to deal with, too, man. What happened that night anyways? My Donna happened. Huh? Your Donna? I got a bad feeling about this. Yeah, my Donna called and said I have to talk to you right away. So I went to see her and he was standing right there next to her. Who was her new boyfriend? It was like some horrible joke. Before I knew what was going on, the guy socked me right in the kisser. Normally, I'm the one that does the punching. Isn't that right, Maya? Yeah. So, is that why you left the security office? What? I'm sorry. It's all my fault. How can I ever make it up to you, Nick? What can I do? What? He curled up on the floor, crying like a baby. Oh boy. Nick, is there anything I can do? Anything? Just name it. I'll do whatever I can to make it up to you. I swear I will. Larry? Hey, Nick, as long as he's offering, why don't you show him the evidence we've got? She's right. Maybe we'll get at least one bit of useful information from him. Nick! What? Card again? So, was this the card that was used by the culprit that night? Well, going off the serial number, then yeah. The card was used to open the CEO's office at 1 in the morning. The client had this card, right? And it's a no-brainer he was the killer, man. What other piece of evidence? The buzzer in the CEO's office is directly connected to the room, right? That's right. Just like my heart is connected to yours, Maya. Go ahead, Maya. Press the buzzer in your heart. I promise I'll come running to your rescue, like the professional guard I am. Wow, that was pretty good. Thanks. I try. You think you could tell us about the buzzer now? Yes, please. Please tell us. Okay, I guess so. Prepare to be wowed. Let's be wowed, please, Larry. Wow me. I accidentally pressed the buzzer earlier. Yeah, I heard it. So that was you, huh? You're a security guard, aren't you? Why didn't you come to the CEO's office? Well, this is the 3rd floor of the basement. The CEO's office is on the 1st floor. I thought it would be a good idea to adopt a wait-and-see approach. Plus, there's a police detective here, right? I just didn't think it was necessary. It's as if he's trying to win an award for the laziest person on the planet. Let's get back to talking about the night of the murder, okay? Is it true that the buzzer didn't go off that night? There must be a record, right? You must have to had a look at it, right? Of course I did, and I couldn't possibly have made a mistake either. You think you could take just one more look for me, pretty please? Oh, okay. I just can't say no to you, Maya. What do you think, Nick? He's probably right. I don't think even Larry can make a mistake like... What? What is it? What's wrong? I made a mistake. Huh? But how? It can't be. It's impossible. Okay, enough already. What about the records? That night, it went off just once in the morning at around 1 a.m. 1 a.m.? That's when the murder happened. Really? Are you serious? That's terrible. It can't be. Okay. I don't think that'll help us with, Can I show this to Detective Gumshoe? Let's show it to Larry, even though he just gave it to us. You guys have really made me reflect on the way I've been living. But the only problem is, with all the reflecting, where is the time for love? Frankly, I think reflecting is a bit overrated, you know? Well, what are you going on about, Larry? Plus, do you honestly have any new info on the buzzer record? Huh? The record? No, nothing at all. This guy reflects as much as a piece of black carpet. Okay, guess not. Let's, No, I want to get to the detention center. Okay. Fine, I want to go to Wright & Co. How about that? No, okay. I need... Alright, let's see what else I could present. Maybe I'm missing something else. I was going to get him, so I was careless and lost the info on the witness. By witness, do you mean the guard in this photo? Yeah, he and the detective worked together to try catching MaskDemask, but he got away anyways, huh? That guard... I got the weird feeling that I've seen him around lately. I kind of feel sorry for him. He's kind of a sad young guy. Yeah, and he seems to have a habit of always getting arrested prematurely. Well, it's just my personal opinion, but I think the police should have investigated the whole thing more carefully. But weren't you the one that arrested him with a great goofy smile on your face? Come on, we don't have time to start with that. Let's just leave it alone. Detective Gumshoe, tell us more about Mr. Shane Bluebard. That's Kane Bullard, not Shane Bluebeard. Pal? Oh, yeah, the victim in this case just doesn't make much of an impression on me. Well, you were the victim up until Mr. Bullard was found dead. Yeah, and his body wasn't discovered until this morning. Anyways, we don't have enough information yet. Can you help us out? Sorry, I'm actually a little confused myself. For some reason, I'm just blabbing like an idiot right now. Oh, okay, Nick. Now's our chance to get more info about the victim, so hurry up and ask. Can you tell us some more info about Mr. Bullard? He was the CEO of KB Security, right? What kind of company is it anyways? Well, the company basically sends security teams out to buildings to guard them. Mr. Bullard must have had the chance to learn a lot of secrets during this kind of work. Oh, and I don't know how to put it this, but the guy was kind of a money grubber. Really? Me too. I just love money. I can't ever have enough. Plus, please stop leaning in towards me like that. You aren't getting my wallet. Anyways, it looks like he did some pretty shifty stuff to earn his millions. Oh, so that's my problem? I need to be shiftier? Let me go already. Apparently, he was involved in selling trade secrets between rival companies. Oh, that's pretty dirty and underhanded. Yeah. Oh, and KB Security head used to head security operations against MaskDemask. What? Really? Yeah, and after screwing up so many times, the company reputation really took a nosedive. So it really was Bullard who sent Ron the blackmail letter, huh? Okay. Nope, still no one. Great, awesome. Nope, okay. Great. I really need to find something. I'm getting stumped now. I know I need the urn for you. Can't get you unlocked until I have pearls come back. I always knew there was something suspicious about this guy, and I was right. It turned out that MaskDemask was really that ace detective in disguise. You really thought that? Huh? Of course. It's the stone cold truth. Sooner or later, a guy like that would always show his true colors. Yeah, well, I think we saw a little too much of his colors today. Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that one. About this blackmail letter. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about it too, pal. Why would Kane Bullard have been blackmailing Ron Delight anyways? Well, Mr. Delight used to work at KB Security, right? Well, was it that made him quit? Nick, that's it. Maybe that's the same reason he was blackmailed. Well, I'm in the middle of investigating that right now. Oh, alright. And you have anything about it? Nope, you're useless. Okay, good job. His wallet and his key card. I think we need to ask Mr. Delight some more about those two items. I'm trying to, but I can't. So about this. Huh? What's that? Hey, wait a minute, Maya, what's wrong? You copied the data without permission. Don't show it to him. He might get mad at us. So, what are you two whispering about? Oh, it's nothing. It's just my billboard. That's a pretty thick billboard you got there. Now, I really want you to show it to me. Poor guy. He doesn't know anything about it. I really don't got anything new. Maybe... You got anything about the blackmail letter? Do you know about this? Oh, is the letter addressed to my Ronnie? Sorry, but I hate it when people poke their nose into other people's business. It looks like Miss Delight doesn't know about it, which means she had no idea that her husband was being blackmailed. Perfect. Ah, I know what that is. That's one of the key cards for Ronnie's company. Come to think of it, it's been a long time since I've seen one. It's probably because Ron doesn't work there anymore. That's Ronnie's wallet. It was found at KB Security on the night of the murder. Ronnie and I went out to dinner earlier that evening. I'm sure he had his wallet with him then. So it's true then. He must have dropped it at the crime scene. seems... Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. So the MaskDemask, huh? I wonder what kind of house he lives in. Who knows? Maybe it's exactly like this house. You're so funny sometimes, Nicky boy. But if I was a famous thief, I'd live in a great, big, gorgeous mansion. I'll be sure to tell that to your husband. I know he doesn't look it, but he can really get things done when he puts his mind to it. Really? So when exactly does he put his mind to it? Well, not very often, I admit. But I'll never forget the first time we met as long as I live. It must be nice to have such a fond memory like that. Oh, I know him. This is Ronnie's boss, the CEO guy. Well, now he's an ex-boss. Someone killed him last night. Naturally, I know that. He was pretty slag, man, let me tell you. Oh, really? You bet he was. He made Ronnie chief of one of the security teams. But that was just so he could work him like a slave. Did Mr. Delight ever have a problem with Mr. Bullard himself? Even if he did, you think she'd ever tell you about it? Well, Ronnie isn't the type to complain about that kind of thing. I tried to get him to talk to me about work, but he never would. I ain't got nothing. Okay. No. Nope. Oh, I wish my dogs would be quiet. Sorry if you guys hear them. That Desi is one awesome lady, right? It's been a long time since I felt this way. I think I'm really in love this time. A long time, huh? Yeah, well, except for what I feel for you, Maya. I don't think even he knows what he's saying anymore. The CEO of our company, he was a pretty good guy. Huh? Really? Yeah, you bet. You know how I'm not very good about working hard, right? Well, yeah, I kind of noticed. Well, guess what the boss said to me about that? I don't expect much work from you, Larry. In return, just don't expect much pay. I see. I guess he had to follow some kind of dumb law about having security here in the building. So in order to pay the lowest wage possible, he went to the bottom of the barrel. To be honest, I really looked up to the boss. If I ever grew up to be a CEO, I want to be just like him. Don't worry, Nick. I promise I'll hire you for security. Thank you. You guys have really made me... Oh, okay, yeah. Nope. So what about this, huh? Maya, you shouldn't have a love letter for me. No, sorry, this is a blackmail letter. What? How do you know about that, Maya? Huh? How much is Alex demanding this time, huh? Who is this Alex? Didn't we show him this letter yesterday too? I'm pretty sure we did. Had the same reaction. Okay, I'm not getting anything from these guys anymore, so... Let's see if I can get anything out of her. Detective Atme said he got hit on the back of the head with this by the thief, but that was obviously a lie. Because it turned out that Atme was a real thief, it's still hard to believe. Looks like Adrian feels really bad about it. I'm going to take full responsibility and fix that sword, I promise. I know I don't look it, but I am completely confident that I can fix it right up. I promise, I'll fix it so you never knew it was bent in the first place. But please, be gentle with it. Yeah, we're not getting anything new. The security camera was provided by Lorley Taylor Department Store. I took a closer look at the day after the theft. The timestamp on the photo is definitely real. Okay. We'll try something else. I thought the whole exhibit would be brightened up by something shiny and gold. That's why I went to the trouble of borrowing it from the Branch family training hall. The gold statue was totally cool in my book. It arrived rather late, so I thought I wouldn't be able to put it on display. By the way, it looks like the statue was moved on the night of the theft. Do you know anything about that? No, it certainly wasn't me that moved it. Why is she so flustered all of a sudden? The Treasure of Coriana exhibit is my first job after last year's ordeal, and I really wanted it to be a success. I've got an idea. Why don't you redo the whole poster? You could put something like, Vote Best Treasure Exhibit by MaskDemask. Why, Maya, that's a fantastic idea. We got nothing on this. She really seems depressed. I can't say I blame her. She's the one who hired the fox to guard the hen house. Give me something to work with. So Ron received a black lamp letter, huh? Do you think Miss Delight knows about this? Well, if she did, I don't think she would have been smiling like that. I wonder if we should tell her about it. I think it'd be smarter if we didn't. Okay, so it's all the same stuff. So what do you know about this? No, you can't oh yeah, top secret. Yeah. Useless. The guy is a real puzzle if you ask me. Then maybe I should be asking you, do you know something about him? Why would I know something? Well, it sure sounds like you two knew each other from the way you acted today. It's Mr. Goddard that acts like he knows Nick, not the other way around. Exactly. You'd think I'd remember someone like that. I still say the whole thing's a bit suspect. Detective Gumshoe, what about this person? Sorry, pal. be honest, my head is... I can't think that much. See if I missed something here. Nope, looks like I got it all. Oh boy. Oh yeah, we showed him that. Useless. You're useless, Larry. Pretty much showed everyone everything that's got any meaning to them, so I don't know what I missed. But I'm no thief, and I would never wear a goofy getup like that. Nobody ever accused you of being a thief. It's too much work for me, making plans, running, calling cards, etc., etc. I'd rather just pull a dine and dash to the burger joint. Burgers. I love burgers too. Really? Well, how about it? Want to go get a burger date tonight? At least pay for food because I'm not defending you again. Know about it. Useless. I already know the next thing to see reflecting on life. I don't know what to present to you anymore. Remember, don't tell anyone about the emblem. Blah, 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 blah. That's what you mean. That's what you mean. You got that right, pal. Listen up. If you guys ever get one of those calling... Yeah, okay, we already did this. Okay. That I feel like would have been useful to him, but he doesn't want to listen to it. This seems important. By witness, do you mean the guard in the photo? Yeah, he and the detective worked together to try catching MaskDemask, but he got away, huh? That guard. I got a weird feeling that I've seen him around lately. Yes, it's Ron. I know it's Ron, but how do I... Even the photo security cam is missing his brooch. Yep. The thing is, there's no evidence that the photo was tampered with. It was definitely taken at 12:58. I turned the table at the trial today with the mystery of the missing brooch. I wonder if there's something more to this missing piece of costume jewelry. Well, he's not gonna say anything, so probably not. Nope. Okay, cool. I might have to look up a guide if I keep freaking going back and forth. You must be relieved you got the sacred urn back, huh? You bet. But there's something a little different about it. Don't at me. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, take a look at this. It clearly says I am on the urn in the poster. But the urn we got back says Amy, like it always used to. Oh yeah, you're right. Plus, the vase has pink splotches on it now. I'm sure they weren't there before. Maya doesn't know, but 1 year ago, when the urn was broken, the repairer accidentally turned Mystic Amy's name into I am. And that repairer was the mechanical, unskilled Little Pearls. But still, I don't remember ever seeing pink splotches on it. Is it possible that urn is a fake? I'm sure Pearls will find out about it once she gets back from the Cornina village. Yeah, I suppose, now that I think about it. Maya hasn't been back to Cornina village in a long time. So, I guess people still go to Cornina village to do their training, right? Yep. If you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo severe training. So, why haven't you been training lately, Maya? Well, lately I've been thinking of heading to a channeling dojo to do just that. Channeling dojo, huh? Sounds pretty serious, whatever that is. If you're going to train, you have to be serious. Otherwise, real tragedies can happen. Is that what happened last year still bothering you? That murder in her village, it happened because the power of channeling was misused. When a medium uses the Krina technique, she temporarily loses her own will. So when an especially strong spirit is summoned, the spirit medium can get taken over and even forced to commit terrible crimes. What's worse, in those cases, the spirit medium has no memory of what happened. That murder, it wasn't your fault, Maya. You know that, don't you? I suppose not, but I guess I'm still a bit shaken up, that's all. It sounds like being a master of the Krina is going to be a heavy responsibility. So what to do now? Isn't it obvious? We should get out there and investigate the murder. Well, first we need to find out exactly where KB Security is located. Hey, why don't we ask Miss Delight? She should know. Besides, I want to ask her some stuff about motorcycles. Motorcycles? You're not thinking of getting one, are you? I'm not the same little Maya who used to be happy with her dinky little bike, Nicky boy. Sigh. Speaking of asking around, I've got a few questions of my own for Miss Delight. Okay, well, let's make sure we go to the detention center, too. Well, I go to the detention center? Oh my god, finally progress. Ah, Mr. Wright. Mr. Delight, they finish their interrogation? Yes, but please don't leave me alone anymore. Mr. Delight, you lied to us before, didn't you? Well, you see, on the same night of the sacred urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor department store, a blackmail letter you got summoned you to KB Security to hand over some money. And then that's where the CEO, Kane Ballard, was murdered. But there's only one Ron Delight, am I right? So the only question is, where were you at that night? This time, I want to hear the whole truth. Your life depends on it. Okay. Mr. Delight, do you still insist that you are MaskDemask? Isn't that what I've been saying since yesterday? That was quite a quick response. Tell me about it. To be honest, it's starting to get irritating. But listen, Mr. Delight, at the trial today, we learned the true identity of the thief, didn't we? Take a good look, everyone. And able to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. I guess it's true. I wasn't the one who stole that urn. Of course not. After all, you were at KB Security at the time. So then the person dressed up as MaskDemask in this photo, it's gotta be Detective Atme. So that night, you didn't go to Lordly Taylor, you went to KB Security, right? Yes, I went to KB Security at the time the blackmail note said I should. Alright, what happened next? Well, I used to work there, so I knew where the CEO's office was. I knocked, but there was no answer. So then I used the key card to unlock the door. That's probably when he dropped his wallet. When I went into the CEO's office, someone was in there. Someone And suddenly, they bashed me over the head. Bam! Was it Kane Bullard that hit you? I don't know. The person ran away while I was still stunned. When I came to my senses, the sight I saw left me speechless. The dead body of the CEO was right there in front of me. I thought I died myself. Anyways, I thought I should do something with the body. So that's why you put it in the safe. Yes, that's right. I used to be the chief of one of the security teams, so I knew how to open it. Okay, and what did you do after that? Well, I got out of there for starters. I was the one who set up the security cameras in the building, so I knew how to avoid being spotted by them. Nick, all of a sudden, Mr. Delight kind of sounds like the murderer to me. Please don't say that. Mr. Delight, is it true that 1 year ago you were forced to quit KB Security? How did you... I'm begging you, please don't tell Desi. Please. Don't worry, we haven't told anyone yet. Phew, thank goodness. No, but I'm supposed to... I'll have to tell her sometimes. She'll find out eventually. Why have you been hiding it from her anyways? Desi would despise me if she ever found out I was living a life of crime. A criminal, a thief, she'd never forgive me. My marriage would be over. Knowing that, why did you become a thief in the first place? Because Desi spends money like it's water. There's no job in the world that can bring in enough money. Except being a thief. At least that's what I thought anyways. So he became MaskDemask for Desiree, huh? I was at KB Security at around 1 a.m. that night. I took out my wallet to open the door with the key card. So is that when you dropped it? I'm sorry, I should have told you the truth earlier. What are you still doing with this key card anyways? Didn't you return it when you left the job at KB Security? Of course I returned it, don't be silly. But it got sent back to me along with the blackmail letter. The blackmail letter? Yes, it said, use this to enter the CEO's office. So, was this blackmail letter written by KB Security CEO Kane Bullard? I think so, probably. You can only get into the CEO's office if you have a key card. And the blackmail letter said to meet at KB Security? There's no one other than Mr. Bullard who could have written the letter then. Anything else to say about it? Hey, this is an article about my debut heist. Boy, that was a tough one. Before I knew it, they were hot on my trail. MaskDemask, he must have gotten away, right? It says in the article that he disappeared. That's right. I got a sudden burst of inspiration. I hid my MaskDemask costume in a nearby plastic bucket. Then I quickly changed into my security guard uniform. Pretty clever, eh? Wow, awesome. Hey, hold the phone. Guard in this photo. Is this you, Mr. Delight? That's right. Nice trick if I do say so myself. Nice and easy to figure out. Even Pearls could have seen through that in a heartbeat. But as you might expect, Detective Atme found the disguise. He truly deserves the title of Ace Detective. Detective Atme found a MaskDemask disguise? That's interesting. Yes, and I heard that he brought it home with him. So that's it. That's when Atme got his hands on this. Thanks to that, I got the chance to remake my costume. That must have been really time-consuming, huh? Yes, it took quite a while to complete. Anyways, a few days after that, I received the first of the blackmail letters. But blackmail letters? You got them started when? Tell me more, now. Hey, calm down. Don't get so worked up. This blackmail letter. Is this the first one you got? No, of course not. But this is the first one that ever called me out to a specific location. So did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident? Yes, just a few days after the Tier of M&M heist. That first letter, it said, I know you did it. So someone found out about your true identity just like that? It's not easy being a master thief, you know. I've got proof that it was you, so give up, it went on to say. So in the end, I had to give up the treasure I went through all the trouble to steal. Is that right? Hey, hang on a sec. What do you mean you had to give it up? Oh, don't worry. After I put the jewel in the safe deposit box, the letter specified someone sent me 10,000. No one said anything about me being worried, you know. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. Plans? What are these plans you're talking about? They were instructions on how to steal the crown, or a painting, or something rare, some other rare treasure. They showed security blind spots, escape routes, and even suggested training methods. So you mean that the one who planned the heist wasn't you? No, it wasn't. I only planned the very first one. After that, I received plans from some very kind person. Incredibly, the details as planned. It sounds like Mr. Delight is thankful to the person that was blackmailing him. So Ron Delight was MaskDemask after all, but someone else is behind the thefts. Someone who planned them all in detail. All I had to do was deposit the treasure I stole into the safe deposit box. When I just waited for the cash to come into the mail. Could you try not to look so gleeful about it? So you went after the sacred urn because of one of those plans, too? Well, see, truth is, I've never seen the urn. All I did was follow the instructions and steal what I was told to steal. Mr. Delight, is everything you've just told me the truth? Yes, but please don't tell Desi, okay? Ron, before we go, there's one more thing I'd like to ask you. Yes, but please don't hurt me. Mr. Kane Bullard, do you swear that it wasn't you that killed him? Yes, of course. I could never. I'm not lying. All I did was hide his body in the safe. But then I was afraid they'd discover what I did, so I turned myself in yesterday. Why? Well, if the judge had ruled that I was guilty of robbery, then I'd have an alibi, right? I guess so. You're really clever, Mr. Delight. I guess I have no choice but to take Mr. Delight at his word. Mystic Maya. Hey, Pearly. I'm back. Hey, Pearls. So, what have you been up to this whole time? The sacred urn from Mr. Nick. I took it back to Karina Village to have it examined. And what did you find out? Well, there's no need to worry. They said it's the real urn. Whew. That's a relief. I was really worried. But there is one small problem. These cute little pink splotches. They said that it's paint, and that they were put on the urn recently. Why are we talking about the pink splotches again? What's the big deal? What's the big deal? We've got to find out how they got there. That's the big deal. Yeah, Mr. Nick, we've got to find out how they got there. Okay. We'll go find out how they got there. But please, don't forget about me. I want to go to the exhibit, thank you. Oh, Pearl, how nice to see you. Hello there. I haven't seen you around lately. What have you been up to? Well, actually, I was having this urn examined. Oh, I see. Maybe if we take another good look at this urn, we can figure out the mystery of what actually happened here. Nick, let's look around one more time. I'm pretty sure I know how it happened, so let's just keep going. Well, let's examine everything, I guess. Box is something bothering me. That's the box the sacred urn was in. Looks like there's some pink paint on it, too. And it's definitely the same color as the stuff on the urn. I think I know how the paint got on it now. Alright, let's investigate again, Nick. Detective Atme said he got hit in the back of the head with this by the thief, but that was obviously a lie. Because it turned out that Atme was the real thief, it's still hard to believe. Looks like Adrian feels really bad about it. I'm going to take full responsibility and fix that sword myself. I know I don't look... Okay, yeah, we're ready. It looks like to me it's been dry for several days. There's something suspicious about this paint mark. The bottom left part of it is shaped oddly and it's shockingly pink. Mr. Nick, could it be that this odd shape is... Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. That's the box the sacred urn was in. If you look here, there's a little bit of paint on the box as well. Wow, you're right. Look, it matches. What is it, Mr. Nick? This is all turning out exactly as I thought it would. I think it's all starting to become clear. We're that much closer to solving the mystery of what happened to the urn. Good. Can I do this now? Hmm. Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the sacred urn? Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit. The urn that was submitted before the court today. It's obviously not the same urn as before. Well, that's true. Maybe it's not the same. It could be a fake. A fake. You're the one who said it wasn't the same, so that's the most obvious explanation. Do you have any evidence that the urn was submitted was truly genuine? Yes I do. Sorry to break it to you, but the urn is the genuine article. Pearls went back to the village and had it examined. Is that right? That's nice, but I don't see how. What she discovered was that the urn had been broken again. Did you say again? Yes, it was broken once a year ago, and now it looks like the same thing has happened. And quite recently, too. Recently? Are you saying that this urn was broken recently? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Why do you think it was broken recently? How do you know? Well, oh, I know. This poster, it was made recently, right? Poster? Ah, the poster for the exhibit. At the time when this photo was taken, the urn said I am on it. But now, for some reason, mysterious reason, it says Amy. Well, when the urn was fixed, the letter was transposed. The letters. I am... What does that even mean? I don't know anything about that. I wasn't even there when the photo for the poster was taken. That was a mistake. Now, tell the truth. Well, wait. Even if the urn was broken, I had nothing to do with it. Huh? Yes, that's it. It must have been one of the people at the photo shoot. They probably dropped it. I'm sure that's what happened. It looks like she's not going to give up that last Cyclox so easily. So do you have any proof the urn was broken here at Lordly Taylor? Well, Miss Andrews, what is this supposed to mean? This urn has these pretty little pink paint splotches on it. And there's some of the box the urn was stored in, too. No matter how you look at it, the paint seems to be exactly the same, wouldn't you say? So, what does that prove? That the urn was dropped along with the box. That's when they both got paint on them. Are you with me so far? Yes. The rest of the story is obvious. This box was dropped right here in Lordly Taylor's basement where... If I can prove that, it means that the urn was broken here too. So can you prove that? Can you prove the box was dropped here in the basement warehouse? I think you already know where I'm going with this, don't you? Yes, more or less. There's pink paint splattered on the floor and the walls of the basement warehouse. But there's an odd shape imprinted into a part of the paint stain. Am I right? Yes. If you put this box in the impression of the paint, you can see it fits perfectly. Which means this box was dropped right over there. And that is when the urn was broken. Your name does you justice, Mr. Wright. I'm so sorry. I was the one who broke the urn. Boy, does this make me feel like some sort of evil school teacher. I'm a terrible person. Not only did I break it, but I tried to hide what I did. Well, that's not so hard to understand. It is it, Pearl? No, not at all. I know just how you feel. It happened about 2 weeks ago, just after the poster photo was taken, on the same day the urn arrived here. I thought I'd put it away down here for safekeeping. I was carrying it in the box when I tripped on a paint can and lost my balance. The box I was carrying crashed to the ground. heard a terrible noise and I thought my heart was going to stop. Fearing the worst, I opened the lid of the box and that's when it happened. The broken pieces of the urn fell out of the box and landed right into the paint. I was in shock and let out a huge scream. I could totally see how that could have happened. Yeah, as clumsy as she is, I'm sure Maya understands. Well, I know it was the most important treasure in all of the Karina village, so I tried as hard as I could to fix it. Fortunately, the shards were pretty big, and that's when the I am got changed to Amy. I didn't know how it was originally written, but any sane person fixing it would have assumed it was Amy. Any sane person? Really? Oh, Pearls. She said she wasn't very good at spelling. Anyways, I put the urn into the storeroom and no one had seen it since then. But there's something I don't get. When we first came here, I didn't see any paint stains. Well, that's because it was so ugly and embarrassing, I used the golden statue to cover it up. The Amy face statue? Ah. The first time that we came down here, it was on the night that the sacred urn was stolen. Mr. Nick, there were no paint marks on the walls or the floors at the warehouse when we were here. Well, there's a good reason for that. On that day of the crime around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. And I realized that the statue would be a perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I see. Now it makes perfect sense. But there's still one thing I find strange. What is it, Pearls? The day after the urn was stolen, we came again, and at that time, the statue had been moved and the paint was clearly visible. She's right about that. Well, Miss Andrews? Huh? What? I don't know about that. I placed it there to cover the paint, so why would I move it again? Well, then who was it? Who would have done it, and why? On the day before the theft, the statue was definitely closer to the door. Then the next day, it was moved, but why? It looks like there is some connection between the sacred urn and the murder case. Well, why do you think that, Nick? Because that night, the real thief, Ron Delight, was at KB's secrecy. So then why did another MaskDemask show up here? A lot of different things are pointed to one undeniable fact. One undeniable fact? The murder trial is starting tomorrow, but it looks like that thief is going to be making another appearance. Right? That's the end of that.